Okay, now what we can do in the sense like we will see like how to input or how to customize like a quick access toolbar. Okay, see here we have quick access toolbar, right? Okay, see here I did some customization, so that's why we can able to see some options coming here. So otherwise we have only 4 options. Okay, that you can able to select from here in this drop down.
Yeah.
So what are all the things you want, you can just select. If you don't want, you can just unselect. Okay, apart from this, I also have some other thing. For example, advanced document property. Okay, this it is not here. So that where we can able to get from. We can just go for more commands. And here you can just go for popular commands, all commands. And here in alphabetical and numerical order, it will be. And you can just search for A, and then you can just go there and you can select the advanced document property. I like this one I already selected. Okay, this it will come in the quick access toolbar. Okay, at the same time, here also we can select or unselect. Okay, so what you mean by document property? Okay, when you click that, and you can able to put some summary regarding our project. So title of our project, for example. So subject. And author, some Mr. X, and manager, you can put Mr. Y. So company, XYZ, some, okay, and category. So some keywords if you want, or some comments. So this project having budget of so like that. And if you want to put some website, you can put here. Okay. Okay, this you can do and then click OK.
Click OK.
Yeah. Okay, then you can save this. This is like not a database. We need to save these files. So Control S, and you can put some folders. And you can save first, and then we can continue. In between also Control S is better.
Yeah.
Okay, once you saved it, you can able to see that it will display in the title bar.
Okay, it's like renaming. Okay, I understand that.
Yeah, since it is like a file-based tool, we need to Control S all the times. Okay. Otherwise, for example, database management, no need to save. It will be automatically saved whatever you are doing. For example, Primavera. Okay. Okay. Now what we can do in the sense like now we did everything. If you want to customize this also, we have seen last time itself. If you want to customize ribbon also, you can do that. Okay. That here from options you can able to go and do. Okay. Okay. Okay, now we will see like how to input a work breakdown structure and then deliverables, everything. Okay, for any project, we will be having some structure now. So it will be having n number of activities. So it will be separated by some particular topic, each and every activities. Okay. Okay. So shall we see like our own examples or shall we continue with? Okay. For example, now I'm just going to put here. This is like if you want to put the project summary, you can just go to format. And here you can just go for project summary task. Then accordingly, the title, it will come here. This is the total summary of the project. Okay. Now here we can able to see it is estimated duration of 0 day. Why? Because
one second, sir. One second. What? How did you get that? How did you get that project? Where did you go?
You need to go to format and you need to select project summary task. Then only the summary it will come. This is for the overall project.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And here we need to create our own WBS and then activities, or we can say WBS and then task. Okay. Or we can say work breakdown structure and deliverables. Okay. Now I will put the foundation. Okay. Foundation, I'm just going to take it inside the residential project. So you need to use the indent. You need to use right indent. Then you can able to see it will go into the residential project. Okay. If you want to make it out, you can just make it out. But this is like a total summary task. Nah, that's why. Otherwise, I will have some other things. In foundation, I will go for site cleaning, for example. Okay. And if you want to take it inside foundation, you need to use this one. See, now you can able to see. This is what creating work breakdown structure. So this became summary. This is summary task now. And this is like a normal task. And another way, like what we can do in the sense, we can directly go here and you can click summary task itself. Directly, we are just doing. See, it is automatically coming summary task, and then you need to make it separate. And even it is also having a task. So foundation, and then I will go for here substructure. Okay, and here we can have some task, and again I will have some. So you can make use, and then if you want to bring it down, what you can do means like cut here and then paste here. Or first you need to complete this, or you can put here and summary task. Okay. Okay. Superstructure. Okay. So site cleaning, and then if you want to insert some task, you can just go right click and insert task. Okay. Site cleaning, and then site marking. We will do marking, and then excavation. Okay. And then footings. Okay, so for each and everything, unless otherwise, if you are putting duration here, it will be estimated duration only. Okay, but always like summary task will be auto scheduled. Everything else is manual schedule by default.
Okay,
so site
but do I need to change it, sir, into automatic or no need?
No, we can change it like that. We will see like later. For marking 1 day, excavation 4 day, footings I will put 5 days. Okay. Okay, now like this, we need to create a WBS, and you can able to see everything inside foundation, and here substructure. So I'm just putting, it may vary for different. So stem column, plinth beam, and after that some PCC. And then we can just go for columns. PCC is enough substructure. We will have like this. So I will try to delete this. So deleting also you can just do by right click and delete. Okay. Now here we will have column, and then we have a beam. Okay, and then we have a slab. Okay, like that. Okay. So for stem column I will put 4 days. For plinth beam I will put 2 days. For PCC 1 day. And column I will put 10 days. Beam I will put 10 days. Slab I will put 10 days. Okay. Okay, now we created like this, right? Like a total project, when you click, it should be like this. If it is not, then you need to make use of the indent, and it should be inside the project, not outside. Outside in the sense like it's separate project. Okay, and see here you have some indicator. This indicator showing this project having budget of $50,000. This what you are inputting in advanced document property, it will come here for the summary task. Okay, this you want to change to auto schedule, right? See, manual schedule in the sense you need to select it manually. Okay, then only we can able to see the solid line. Otherwise, it will be washed out. Okay, otherwise what we can do in the sense, you select everything, and there is something called link. You need to select Control F2, or you need to click this link option. So it will automatically go to finish to start relationship, one after other. After site cleaning, marking will start. After excavation, after footings, it will start like that. Okay, this is shortcut. So select and then link. Select and then link. Okay, everything we done. And then what we can do in the sense like if you want to link this also, another method of putting this relationship, you can just drag and then drop like this. And can you able to see?
Yeah.
And it is not updating. It is like you can able to see some dash lines. Why? Because everything, manual schedule. You need to make everything auto schedule. Then everything it will be updated. Okay. So for example, now I will select everything and go to auto schedule. Okay, at this time, like when I'm just making something, it will be updated. For example, drag and then drop here, it will go to finish to start. See, automatically updating. That is what the difference between manual schedule and auto schedule. Now, if you want to change everything to auto schedule, select like this and then go to auto schedule.
Okay.
Okay, now it is like making the Gantt chart bigger. So if you want to see all together, what you can do in the sense, you can go to view, and then here you have the entire project. This is important. It will zoom entire project. Otherwise, you need to manually scroll. Now it takes time for big projects. So this entire project. This is good.
Okay, because you can see everything. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. See here, like we having like 2 days: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So every 3 days. See, this is like okay, 9 to 12, and then here. So that's why it will automatically reduce the time scale, and then it will show you the total project. If it is in month, like we can able to see some difference in the time scale.
Sir, but what is the working days? Did you set it up? for to follow Dubai.
That we need to go to project and then change work time. This one we can able to make use of a default calendar, so we can create our own calendar. So for creating calendar, you need to go to project and change working time. And here by default we have only 3. In last class, like I also input UAE calendar. See, this UAE calendar is the one that I have made myself and I have input here. But when you open your Microsoft, you can able to see only 24 hours night shift and then standard.
Okay.
Okay.
So how can we create that?
Okay. So in that case, I'm just going for create new calendar, and then I will create a calendar for Abu Dhabi. Okay, for change. Or you can able to create a new base calendar, everything from scratch. And then we can also go for a copy of some other calendars. Okay, I will go for a create new base calendar and then click OK. It will be having Sunday and Saturday off. Okay. If you want to change this off, you need to go to work weeks. Go to work week, and then here you can name it, and then this is like exception, right? Okay. Exception also we have, work weeks we have. So here in work week, we need to click details. Okay. In detail, like we have 3 options. We can able to set to non-working time or specific working time. Okay. Or project default time. What I'm going to do in the sense, Sunday to Thursday, I will make to use project default times for this days. Okay. But project default in the sense Sunday is holiday, na? That's why. So otherwise we can just make Sunday to Thursday, set days to specific working time. And here you can able to put your own time. So 8 and then 13. 8 until what? 8 until 5 you can put now 17 directly without any lunch.
17,
yeah. See, then you can able to see accordingly. And here you can able to see what is the timings. Okay, again I need to make a Friday holiday. Click Friday and then select the second option, non-working time. Okay, like this we can able to create our calendars.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can name if you want, otherwise not needed. But exception also we can put. For example, in exception, I'm just going to put National Day. So National Day, November 2nd, right?
Yes.
You can just click details. When you click details here, you can able to put the non-working time, when it is going to occur, daily or weekly or monthly or yearly. So this we are going to have yearly. Yearly on which day? Yearly on particular day, right? So yearly on here 2nd November, we can able to put. Okay, 2nd November. Okay, and then range of occurrences, or you can able to put a number of occurrences, for example, 100. Okay, and then here, okay, I'm just clicking OK. See, automatically it will get updated every year until it starts from 19 and it will end after 100 occurrences. So see, every November 2nd, it will be automatically take holiday. See, here you can able to see exception day.
Yeah. Okay.
Like this, you can able to update. Here we have advantage. In Primavera, it is not possible like this. We need to manually enter each and every month. Okay. Okay. So like this, we can able to create. So now we created one calendar. Now how to like select the particular calendar for this project? You need to go to change working time. Okay. Here we have created that it will be available in the drop down. This is only for this project. Once you close and come back, it will have only these 4. It won't have Abu Dhabi. Okay. So now how to input the calendar to the project? You need to click project information. In information, you need to select the calendar Abu Dhabi.
Okay, so project information again.
Change working time and then project information for assigning, for creation and then assigning. Okay. Okay. Now based on that, we can able to see here everything. But what I will do means like I will right click time scale and then I'm just going for, or you can just make here some view time scale. I'm just going for a days. See each and every day it will come. Okay. And you can able to see Saturday, Sunday, holiday. Can you able to see some difference?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. But why it is a Saturday, Sunday holiday?
But why, sir? Why Saturday and Sunday? Why it's still showing Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting from your side actually. Okay, but what we have is a Friday and Saturday holiday. But this we need to change. How to change it? You need to right click and go for non-working time. Okay, right click in the Gantt chart and then go for non-working time. And here you need to change the calendar also. This is important because it is a standard calendar. Once you change, now you can able to see Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what is important. And if you want
to
change,
it's just right click, sir.
Yeah, just
right click. Yeah.
And then begin the bars. See, here we also have begin the bars. Okay, begin the bars is not useful. Or you can able to put in front of taskbar. See what is the difference. See, you can able to see the gap in between the bars. So which we can able to judge this is holiday. This is also good. So right click, non-working time. And here we have in front of taskbar. Or if you want to change some color or some pattern, we can change. Okay, like this we can customize everything. See, so in that case, 2 day, but it is going to start on 7 and it is going to end on 10. 7, 8, 9, 10, totally 4 days. But the original duration is 2 days because in between holidays also coming.
Okay, yeah.
So
it's
that's
not it's not counting the holidays or the weekend.
Yeah, that is also important. So by default in MS project, it will calculate only the working days. Okay. And see another thing, like we need to see the critical path, right? Everything is non-critical. So to make the critical visible, you need to go to format and then here you need to select critical task. Everything is critical only because the relationship what we have is like that, finish to start, right? So that's why. So this also.
What is that? Sorry, sir. What is that critical task?
Critical task in the sense like this is like important, which will be having 0 floats, which will be having 0 total float and free float. Okay. Okay. Which is like I will tell with another example. Okay. See this example you can take. Here we have some task. So 5 tasks we have, and then we also have predecessor and we have duration. Okay. Okay. If you are drawing network diagram, how you will draw? So based on the information, we are getting the network diagram. So A we have, from A we have successor B and C. So we have B and then C. From B and C, we have successor D. So D, from D, we have E successor. Okay, everything we put. Then how we will find critical path? You need to have this template, yearly start, yearly finish, late start, late finish, duration. So you need to update duration everywhere as per the given data. And then first we will start with 5. And then here, everywhere I'm just putting a duration. Okay. Now we can able to find ES, EF, LS, LF. How? It will start with 0 and it will end with 5. Okay, forward pass. Yearly start and yearly finish will go for forward pass. And this 5, it will go here. And then it will take that duration, 5 plus 3, 8. And then 5 here, 5 plus 4, 9. And when you are going for a forward pass, you need to take the longest number. So 9, it will go here. 9 and then plus 2, 11. 11, 11 plus 3, 14. So this, like this, you can able to complete ES and EF. And then LS and LF, we need to go for backward pass. Now in forward pass, we are putting addition. In backward pass, we need to put subtraction. 14, 14 minus 3, 11, 11. And then 11 minus 2, 9. 9, it will come both. And then 9 minus 3, 6 here. 9 minus 4, 5 here. And then 5, it will go here. 5 minus 5, 0. Okay. Now, how to calculate total float and free float? So total float is something we can have late finish minus yearly finish, late finish minus yearly finish, or we can put late start minus yearly start. So both it will come same only, 0 minus 0, 0, 5 minus 5, 0, 6 minus 5, 1, 9 minus 8. See here we are getting some float. Whenever you are getting float, which makes that the task non-critical. Whenever you are getting 0 float, those tasks will go to critical. Now you understood?
Yeah, okay. Because it means that we don't have extra time. It means that it will be the succeeding task should start immediately once the predecessor activity finish, right? Is that correct? Is my understanding correct, sir? Okay.
Correct. Because we can't able to delay the critical task. If you delay, then the overall project time duration also it will be getting delayed. Overall project will get delayed. Okay. Or here you can able to have flexibility. Here we have total float. So we can able to delay this particular task to 1 day. So it won't affect the project end dates. Okay. Or free float in the sense we can able to just delay this for 1 day and it won't going to disturb the immediate successor. So that is what free float. And then total float in the sense it is just going to deal with the overall project end dates. Okay. But sometimes free float it will be different. Total float it will be different. So both it will be different.
Yeah.
Okay, now this we can just control C. Like this also we can able to put. So I will put control V. Okay, and then I will go to predecessor, right? So here predecessor we can't able to control C, control V. Otherwise, what we can do in the sense like we can refer that. See, for B we have A and then A. Okay, so A you need to take which number 15, na? So you need to put the 15 here. Like this also we can able to put 15, 15. Okay, and then B and C. And then we need to put 16, 17. Okay, and then here we will put 18. Okay, so like that we will get the. So we are getting these things. Okay. Okay, so duration we are not putting, automatically taking. So what I will put means like I will make everything auto schedule. Okay, auto schedule, and then here I will put the duration that you can copy and paste. Okay. See, now you can able to see this is what it is. And here we will see the critical, and then we will have one summary. I will just click summary task. And then I will just delete all this. So I will make everything inside the summary task. And then I will take completely outside of the current project. So this task can't be out-entered any further because since we have summary now. Okay. This we will put the example like that. Okay. Then we need to go here. And why the critical path is not showing? Since we also have this one. So I want to make this inactive. What I'm going to do, I will just select everything. And here you have inactive. To select that inactive. This is also we have added advantage. Then we can able to study.
So inactive means you are no longer, or you no longer need that activity, or if it is finished, sir.
No, it is finished in the sense like, see, in our case, I want to see the critical path only for this summary, right? Yeah, in that case, like you can make everything inactive, and then which this one now active. So that's why now we can able to see the critical path. And here we have float. See, this is the float we used to call Slack in MS Project. Float is similar to Slack. So insert column and then go for total Slack. Okay. And then right click, insert column, and then free Slack. This is free float and total float. See, can you able to see what we are getting in Excel? We are getting here automatically. So like that only critical path it will come. Okay. Now you understood critical path, total Slack, free Slack, everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I will make this inactive, and then everything else we will make active.
Actually, sir, it's.
Okay, another thing, like here, like you have this link option, and then we can able to enter in the predecessor. And based on that also we are getting another thing, what you can do for assigning this predecessor, you can straight away double click it. When you double click, you will get task information. And here also you can able to assign predecessor. You can assign predecessor, and you can also like choose a relationship, finish to start, start to start, finish to finish, start to finish, like that. So if you want to change like this, and if you want to put some leads and lags, then you need to go to double click and task information, and then you can do this. Or you can select and you can go for information. It will come. Both are same. Double click or like this from ribbon.
But that one is confusing, sir, because I don't know. For example, because it's confusing because first to first, first to last.
Yeah.
So it's
okay. I will tell you what is like a site cleaning and marking. If you want to start this both, or see here we have some buffer 2 day and then 1 I'm putting. My intention is to both complete at the same date. See 10 here it is 11. Okay, what we can do in the sense, see you can double click it. And you can just go to predecessor. Since we have only predecessor tab, no successor. So we need to click here and we need to go to information. And now here you can able to select. See here, what we are discussing, like finish to finish. If you want to make that, you can just go here and then finish to finish and then click OK. See, now you can able to see how the dates now both become 10. So this is what it is. So like this, we can put by default, it will come finish to start. Now we have finish to finish. Another thing, for example, beam and slab, we can able to put start to start. What you can do, you can just go to information and go to predecessor and you can just put start to start. Okay, then accordingly the dates it will change. 24 now it will become 11.
Because they have the same date.
Yeah, same date.
The same,
yeah. Like this,
it will start on the same day. Okay.
Yeah, this is what you have here in information. Okay, that in predecessor. And leads and lags we will put what it is. For example, here, see here this activity excavation going, or we can call beam. So after column, we need some buffer. What we can do in the sense, like I'm just going for. Another way, you can double click here also, double click this arrow, and then here you can able to put. So column finish to start, I need to put some lag, 14-day lag for queuing or something we can say. Then accordingly the dates it will get delayed. This is I am putting lag. See here it will get updated. 11 finish to start plus 14-day lag. Like this we can just put lags. Lags means delay, and we can put leads. Leads means like my negative lag. You need to put minus value. Okay. For example, lead, what we can put here, anything, for example, here I will try to put a lead. For example, excavation, right? So here I'm just clicking it and I'm just going to put -2. And you can able to see it is just going to happen 2 days before the completion of the predecessor activity. Okay, that also it will get updated here. See 4FS -2. Like this you can type also. Another thing, you can put some percentage. For example, you don't know. See this I don't know, right? So I'm just going to click it. Or we can just put here. See 5, right? 5FS minus 40%. It will automatically go to the 40%. So like this, you can able to assign leads and lags to the any task in predecessor.
What happened to that percentage, sir? What is the use of that percentage? What happens?
What means like if you are the predecessor having 10-day duration, so 40% of 10-day duration, it will be 4 day. So it will start before 4 day of the completion of the predecessor activity.
What is the change? I did not see the changes. Does the chart changed?
Yeah, it changed. See here.
I did not see it, sir. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So I will undo and then see now this is what it is. Okay. Now I'm just going to put 5FS minus 40%. Then you can able to see the chart how it is going to.
Okay, so it moved. Okay.
Okay. In all this manner, we can able to put the relationships. So now you understood now how to. This is very important. Like creating a task and then summary task and then relationships is important. So that we seen today.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And another thing, like here I'm telling now WBS, work breakdown structure. Okay. But if you want outline number, we can go to format and here you can able to click outline number.
Okay.
And then the outline number is coming.
Oh.
Like that.
Okay. I think that is better. At least you can see what is the it's numbered. Yeah.
So we can discuss. So can you check the 2.2 like something? So otherwise we need to say sometimes the task name will be very big. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So outline number you have to think.
Yeah.
Okay.
But outline number is something different. Another thing we also can go for insert column and WBS. Okay. And here, what is this? Here it is automatically coming in a 0, the same outline numbers it's coming. But if you want to change, you can change it. For example, I'm switching off the outline number and then we have WBS separate column. Okay. Okay. Here, what you have here in so format. See, in project, you have WBS and then define code. Here we can able to define our WBS. Okay. For example, first we will start with the uppercase and we can able to see the preview. And then we have a lower case. And then we will go for some numbers. So this is what we have now. And then I'm clicking OK. Now can you able to see how it is changing?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Based on the combination, it will come. Okay. Another thing, like if you are putting something in between, for example, here I'm just going to put insert task. Okay, but here number is not correct. A, B, and then it should supposed to come C. Now it is E automatically coming. In that case, we can just go for renumber. It will try to change everything. Can you able to see notice that?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm just deleting. If, for example, I'm just deleting it. Okay. Now also after deleting, it is not updating. So you need to go for renumber, and then entire project. See, like this, we can make use of define code and renumber. Okay. And if you want to change also later, you can change. See, separator, I am just putting dot, or you can have this kind of separator. Accordingly, you will get.
Yes.
Okay. See, again, it is not refreshing. Now I'm just going to renumber and then
renumber. Okay.
Then it will update. Okay, like this. So today, what are all the topics we have seen? You can practice, I guess. Like, I don't want to dump so many things in you because this is important. Today, what we have learned, it's very important for project. If you know this, everything is very easy. Yeah.
Yes. So, but sir, I have one question, sir. Yeah. So, for example, you created the residential project. That is our project now.
Yeah.
So, can you just write the days there? For example, you know what will be the duration of that project. Let's say you will have 84 days. Can you just write it immediately, or you have to do the subtask?
No. Here you can't able to put anything. This is coming automatically based on the subtask. We can't. We can't able to write in that.
But sir, okay, and then the start date, because you've already initially when you prepared this project on the project information or on the advanced document property, you already input the start date and the finish date, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to change anything apart from the summary task and then this one, we can able to update. Here we can able to update, but here we can't. It depends on the subtask.
Okay. So the main task you cannot change the days.
Yeah, that's why it is by default coming auto schedule. We can't able to change anything.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, Sir Harry. I've learned a lot from you, sir, today.
Thank you. That's great to hear. Okay, then. Bye.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Bye. Have a great weekend. Bye, sir.